Bam! What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this latest live stream, to this latest edition of the ominous morning show. This is a chill stream, so we're just gonna hang out. There are quite a few things on the agenda. First off, to the people in the chat, I don't know if I have anybody here. I know I got JJ here. What's going on, JJ? Good to see you, man. I had Dave here earlier. Um, but yeah, I'm testing out a new mic. Bam. Yeah, I got this bad boy. This is live. We are currently live. I'm live, JJ. JJ's asking me if this is live. Yeah. Good to see you too, man. Always a pleasure. And JJ, if you can do me a big favor, can you confirm the audio? Can you hear me? Because I want to make sure I got this thing plugged in right. But yeah, I got this new mic. Um, I got the new mic, and this is recommended to me by our good friend Pete Samedi from Alternate Comics. I had him on the show quite a while ago. Sweet. Thanks, man. All right. We're doing right. Um, but yeah, I had him on a few months ago. I think actually it's been a while, and he recommended this microphone, and I got it, but I didn't get it the conventional way. I had to smuggle it in here. Hope nobody heard that. But yeah, no, actually, I had a visit from my family members in the U.S. and my sister brought the microphone. So shout out to my sister Tibisai. Thank you very much. The microphone is working very well, and yeah, so this place is looking a bit more professional. No? But yeah, so there's a lot of things on the menu. I'm going to be doing three things, maybe four. First, I'm going to reveal the straw poll winners. If you're following this video later on, then you would know that, or if you follow me on, if you've been seeing the post on YouTube, then you would know that I recently launched a poll, a survey where I asked the audience which character they would like for me to redraw, because I have a series that's called Your Art Sucks, and in this series, I post a lot of drawings, previous drawings that, in my opinion, are horrible, and so the idea is to explain why these drawings suck, and then also give some feedback on how these drawings could improve. And so I've been doing the series for a while, and I'm continuing to do it because it has been tremendously successful. I want to welcome the people, the recent subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Every now and then I'll do a live stream like this, just talk about, just to give you some updates on my comic, and also just so you guys can see my face after a while. Also, I did a straw poll. I got a lot of votes, and today I'm going to reveal the winners. And I want to congratulate all the fine people that have subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe if you're watching this on the replay or if you're watching this live, and help me get to that 500 threshold, then the 1,000 threshold, and then so forth and so forth. So, thank you very much. And yeah, I also want to give a big shout out and a big congratulations to this guy. Big thank you to this guy. This is my Superman artwork. Let's take a look at this. I don't know if you can see it very well, but yeah, this is the piece that recently got me a lot of backers and viewers. In this video of Your Art Sucks, this guy pulled in 2.2K views, which is tremendous. It may not be a lot for some other channels, but for this one, it's big. It's a big deal. So congratulations to Superman. Hopefully, I'll be able to redraw him one day. And the idea is also to draw these pieces and then hopefully auction them off to some buyer out there who might want to have that in their art collection. So I'm going to be revealing the winners for that. I'm also going to be revealing. I don't know if I should do this, but yeah, screw it. I think it's a good idea. With my comic, I also hand out a survey. So I ask the backers, check out the comic and also complete this survey because I would really love your feedback. I am a first-time creator. I'm new at this comic game, and so I would love to hear any feedback from the people that have been in the indie scene for such a long time, or anybody just in general who reads comics. I would love to hear your feedback on my comic. And so I've gotten to think about 20 something people that have given me feedback on the comics. So I'm going to be looking at what they have said. There's no names involved. Everything is anonymous. So we're going to take a look at just some of the comics that I have read. I don't know who they're from. I have an idea, but I don't know exactly who they're from. But we're going to see what sort of things they mentioned about my ominous comic, and I'm also going to EFAP, my good friend JJ's review of the comic Ominous, and yeah. So hold on. Here, for those who don't know, I'm about to show you. Sorry. I have things hidden away. I'm not really 100% fully prepared. Really sorry, but that's just the way things get done around here. Sorry, but yeah, this is a This is the comic. Currently, it's available in digital form, and I'm working on something to get this done in the physical form. So I can't show you the inside because I don't want to give away any spoilers. But yeah, JJ got a digital copy of this, read it, and then he gave us his insights. So we're going to look at that, and yeah, so hang in there. We're going to have quite the show, and and yeah, so I hope you enjoy. So the first thing we're going to do is, I think, in my opinion, reveal the winners of the Your Art Sucks contest. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to share that with us. Uh, um, so here we go. This is the straw poll link. I set this up 2 weeks ago, and it finished actually, I think, a few days ago or last week. I don't know, but it's over. Here are the options that you had. You had Ant-Man, Captain Marvel, Daredevil, Cyclops, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, if you're not familiar. My character, Deathmonger, because he also made an appearance. Ghost Rider, Hawkeye, Invisible Woman. We had Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, Storm. I was in my X-Men fix, if you can if you can tell. We had Superman and also the horrendous Hulk. Yeah, it stopped 6 days ago. Also, all of these drawings, all of them have their own dedicated videos on my channel. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you will see in the backlog of the channel, you will see all of these videos. Let me give you an example. Let me show you an example. Um, Here, for example. Now you can see Your Art Sucks, the Superman version, the Invisible Woman edition, Jean Grey, Cloud Strife, Storm, Nightcrawler, Ghost Rider. Yeah, I dedicated an entire videos to these individual pieces, and again, like I told you earlier, the idea was to show you why these pieces suck, and then how to improve it. So, so we did that, and now the winners of that poll. Let's take a look. I think you might know already, but 'cause I think you can see the results from the yeah show results. Yeah, I think you can see it. I'm not even logged in. I think I am logged in. I don't know. But yeah, the winners are these three guys at the top. We got Daredevil. He won with 16 votes. Hulk in second place with 15. And Ghost Rider in third with 13 votes. It was a neck and neck. There was one point where Hulk was winning, and I was pretty scared because I do not want to draw Hulk. I'm kidding. I'm down. I'm down for drawing Hulk. But but yeah, I just have a thing for him and a thing for Superman because I've tried drawing them before and it just comes out a disaster the last two times. So hopefully this time when I draw him, it'll be a lot better. But yeah, so it's interesting to see this and see what other people voted for. And we got 11 votes for Nightcrawler. I thought he was going to win. He was also in the lead for a while, and 11 for Superman, which is nice, sweet. People like Superman. Huh? He's a classic superhero. And we got Deathmonger with 9 votes. Is my character. Glad that he's in the top 6. Oh, good stuff. And we got Storm. We got Cyclops with 5 votes. Then we got Jean Grey with 4 votes. Oh, the ladies didn't get a lot of votes. I was kind of hoping that I would draw either Jean Grey or Storm because I always need practice drawing women. So drawing women is always welcomed. Then I have 3 votes for Ant-Man. Got 3 votes for Cloud. 3 votes for Hawkeye. I hate that Hawkeye piece. Also, man, that piece sucks. And yeah, man. So yeah, I hate that piece, and I'm glad I'm not having to draw that, but eventually I will because I want to. Hopefully, my idea is to redraw all of these, but I know, but slowly but surely. And then we got Visible Woman with 2 votes, and Captain Marvel didn't get a single vote. I thought that was funny. Nobody likes Captain Marvel. You see what happened. You see what you did in Marvel. Nobody likes her anymore. She used to be so cool. And yeah, I was thinking like if I do redraw Captain Marvel, I'm not gonna do her in that red and blue suit. I'll do her in the black suit. And so with a long blonde wavy hair and the red sash. It should be. But who knows? Yeah, but yeah, those are the votes. And so the winner, as I had announced it, the winner should be Daredevil, but I'm gonna do something different because my idea is to eventually draw all of these pieces again. So if I do a poll every 2 months and I just do one character, I'm never going to make a dent in that list. So I was thinking of tackling the top 3. I gave you guys 3 votes, and the top 3 votes are the 3 that we see on the screen. So I am officially announcing that I'm going to redraw Daredevil, Hulk, and Ghost Rider. It's not going to be one big piece with all 3 characters. It's going to be individual pieces focusing on each character. So, for example, I've also decided that with these characters, I'm going to do these big 11 by. Let me stop. Hold on now. I'm going to do these big 11 by 17 pieces. So you're going to see the character big. I'll be able to do a lot of details and do the characters justice. No, so it's not going to be it's not going to be what am I doing? Yeah, it's not going to be a small piece. It's going to be a big piece. So hopefully I'll auction that off. And yes, it's not going to be a small piece like this, 8.5. No, it's going to be the big 11 by 17. So hopefully, yeah, I'll start on that. I'm assuming next month. But yeah, all of the information and and updates on those drawings it will be posted on YouTube. So on YouTube, I'm going to post a sketch, the baseline work, and then I'm going to draw on the channel. I may do a live stream or I may just record a video and then update it. I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do, but you guys will see the process as it happens. So JJ says, I really like Nightcrawler. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was really looking forward to doing that because I wanted to play with the Catholicism with Nightcrawler in this case and maybe add a rosary or something like that to it. So I was thinking of tackling that. That would have been nice. And thank you. What's going on, Benjamin? Good to see you, man. It says it's tough drawing some of these iconic. It's completely difficult. It's not easy at all. Each one has their own essence and isms that some people get, some people don't. I believe that there's not a single artist out there that can draw every character equally good. Like for example, you'll have a great Batman artist that sucks when they draw Spider-Man, or you'll have a great Spider-Man artist who sucks when they draw a Batman. And so it's yeah, like, I completely agree with Benjamin. It's difficult trying to just get each character right, and yeah, so thanks for that comment, Benjamin. And then JJ says, yeah, because everyone has their own idea how they look, yeah, and if you do it differently, they get it. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly what. Yeah, that's exactly right. So, Spider-Man, for example, like I like the big eyes, but there's like a whole generation of people that like the small Ramita eyes, and like the scary Spider-Man aspect, the spider aspect to it. And so I get that it's cool too. But I grew up with the Mark Bagley Spider-Man with the big eyes and the really thin body, and yeah, so those are the winners. Just look forward to any updates. I'm going to start with Daredevil. I'm currently working on two pieces. Once I finish those two pieces, I have a third one that I have to that I have pending from a while back, and then after that, I'll start on the Daredevil piece, and then work my way to through Hulk and through Ghost Rider, and then all of that's going to be posted. Is going to be posted in the channel. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button right now for this video. And yeah, so thank you very much for all your support. So I think that's it. I think that's all I can say about these characters. I'll do another poll like this sometime in the future. If anybody's curious, this is called episode 2 because I did this before. Not exactly with this straw poll, but I did do this before with indie characters, and the person who ended up winning in that case was B.A. Turner, the creator of Vigilante's Creed, and as the prize, I drew a fan art piece of his character Dread Knight. That piece later ended up being on the campaign, which was really awesome, and it worked out quite well. And so this is my second attempt, and then hopefully I can do the third one a lot sooner than the second one, but we'll see what happens. All right, so let's take a look at I don't know, what should I do next? EFAP, or should I do the survey? Because they're both connected, and they're both. Should I do first? Maybe we can do the survey. Let's take a look at the survey. So let me stop this. Now, the next part is really intimate. I shared this survey with the people that have bought the book. Here is the survey. It's the Ominous Death, Avenging Death survey. It's a series of 20 questions. 20 questions. Just asking people what they think about the comic, and I'm talking about this specific comment. My comic is Ominous. Here's the logo. Here's the cover art, the dress. Here's the interior. Here's the first page. And here's part of the second page. I can't show you the third page because that's spoiling. Well, I think I might because JJ spoiled it in this video, but we'll see that in a moment. So I showed people this survey, and so let's take a look at the questions, and then after we look at the questions, we're going to see the results. So the first question is, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being I didn't enjoy it at all, and 10 being I enjoyed it a lot, I want more. So 10, it sucks. I'm sorry, 0, it sucks. 10, it's great. How would you describe the level of enjoyment of the story? So I mark it from 0 to 10. And so that's question number 1. Question number 2 is, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being terrible in this case, and 10 being excellent, how would you describe the art? So what did you think about the art? Did you like the art? Did you hate the art? What do you think? So that was the question. And again, I mark it from 0 to 10. So 0 being that the art, it's terrible, and 10 is that is excellent. And each person has their own meter. 10 would be Finch, 0 would be Elliot. So that's each person has their own meter. So it's really interesting to see the results of that. I'm sorry, JJ's got a comment. Jay says, I give a warning before spoil. Yeah, you do. Yeah, definitely you do. I'm curious to see how people talk about this. About the spoilers or about this survey? Spoilers or survey? Yeah, but we'll see what people say. And then question number 3, in your opinion, which aspects of the art need improvement? And so these are things that I personally think I need work with, but but um yeah, just and I also want to see what people actually think. And so the first thing is proportions. The second thing is figure work or gesture drawing. The third thing is lightweights. I also have rendering, perspective, other comments of maybe there's other aspects of the art that could improve. Also, I'm not familiar with these terms, and I think the art is fine as it is. So you can select any of those options. And here, number 4, if you clicked other, please specify. Please give me some details. Why do you think? The art sucks? What is it about the perspective that's horrible? What is it about the proportions, the line weight? Because I think that's the kind of feedback that matters. Like if you just look at a piece of artwork and it says it sucks, that's not objective at all. That's just my personal opinion. I think the artwork sucks. But if you say no, this is bad because this, and this reason, then these reasons that are mentioned can be improved upon. So in essence, you can improve on the art in that sense. So that was my idea. This also is a filter in some cases. To filter which ones are people that are just saying it sucks for the sake of it sucking, or which people saying it sucks and actually giving me some honest feedback, which was my intention with the survey. It's also just to see which people say it's great just for the sake of saying it's great, because I mean it's good to hear that, um but uh but yeah, we wanted to see if it's really really great, or if it's just you just trying to be give that guy a pat on his back because he's your friend. So who knows. And then the question number 5 is, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being terrible and 10 being excellent, how would you describe the colors of the book, the interiors? And 1 second, JJ says, the survey. He said, yeah, how people are going to, yeah, I'm curious to see what people say also, because I've never seen anybody hand out a survey. I have had a few creators say, hey, this is a good idea. I'm gonna take it. I've had also a couple of people saying, hey, why don't you add the survey to the book so that they finish reading the book and then it's like a QR link and they could just go ahead straight to the survey. And I was like, that's a smart idea. I didn't know that. So yeah. I don't know about modifying the digital file I have though, because it's already there. But for the future, that's a really interesting idea to have in mind. And that's what I love about handing this out. I get to get feedback, we get to talk, and there's always an idea to catch. So here I want to hear about the colors. Again, from 0 to 10, because I'm really curious about that. Also, I'm curious about everything about the comic. So number 6 says, would you like to see the same colors in future stories, or would you prefer another colorist? And then you have the option here, same colors, different colors. So that's for Emmanuel. He's the colorist of the book. So I wonder what he's going to say about that. And then number 7, it says, if you'd like to see another colorist on a project, who would you recommend? And so then I'd like to hear some names. Who do you think would be a good idea to take over coloring? The coloring work for the book, because these are what the colors are. Here we are. No, these are the colors. So I think the colors are nice. Obviously, I think the colors are nice. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got the guy to. I wouldn't have asked the guy to do the job. So, for this specific page, I did a test run. I had this page in black and white, and I contacted like 4 or 5 colorists, and I said, "Hey, could you color this for me?" I commissioned all of them, obviously, and then they got me back. They gave me back the art, and so I compared all the pieces. Each one of the artists that I contacted was great to work with, but the one that I ended up going with is Emmanuel. The thing that sold me on his art is just the way he does his work. Obviously, it was really close to what I wanted, and also he has a great. He renders faces really good, and also he doesn't kill my line work. I think he colors it so that you can still see my lines, you can still appreciate some of the hatching that I do. So I just personally enjoy it. And so when I gave him this project, he did a great job. I saw the first page. I was like, yeah, let's just keep going with it. Here's page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all of it. And then he was a really good person to work with. If you ever need a colorist, I always recommend Emmanuel. He's an excellent colorist. No, but so here, is there another colorist that you would recommend? No. So let's look on 8 on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being terrible and I'm sorry, 0 being terrible and 10 being excellent. How would you describe the lettering? So I also wanted to see what the lettering was like. And so I got 0 to 10. Question number 9 says, would you like to see the same letterer in future stories, or would you prefer a different letterer or another letterer? And so you have those two options there. 10, if you'd like to see another letterer on the project, who would you recommend? So again, who would you recommend to letter the book? And I did the same thing with to get Paul. To get Paul, I also did the same thing. I used this page and I tested out some. No, I'm sorry, I missed. I'm lying. No, I didn't do a test run with Paul. With Paul, actually, I saw some of his work. He had won a contest, and I was looking at the artwork, the lettering that he did, and I was like, "Yeah, this is great. This looks great. This looks professional." So I like it. There's some things that we took chances on, which, like for example, this specific caption here, we took. I'd say that we took a chance on that, and I got feedback on that, and so we'll see that in a moment. So yeah, we just took a chance on some things, see what works. I also went with some traditional, just white balloons, black letters. Also, I can't show you any of it because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it's in there. So I'm sorry. Let's take a look. Let's go back to hold on, I think I could just make this the whole screen. Yeah, there we go. All right. So yeah, so that's number 10. Yeah, what letterer would you recommend? So 8, 9, and 10 are about Paul. So Paul, if you're out there listening, this is about you, man. And so number 11 says on a scale of 0 to 10. Hold on 1 second. I got somebody in the chat. What's going on, Dr. Ben? Hey, JJ, what's going on, Dr. Ben? Good to see you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Right now, I'm taking a look at a survey that I sent out with my comic, and we're going to see what people say about my comic. So hopefully it's not too bad. And so yeah, so number 11 on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being I didn't understand what the story was about, and 10 being yeah, I understood the story. How comprehensible was the story according to according to the comic? So we have 0 to 10 because I also wanted to know like if you were able to follow what the story is about. Because essentially it's just a fight. There's nothing else happening. Nothing pivotal is revealed. Nothing bad. It's just essentially a fight. But I wanted to know if it came off as a fight, if you were able to understand it as a fight and such. So number 12 on a scale of 0 to 10 being terrible pacing, 0 being terrible pacing, and 10 being excellent pacing. How would you describe the pacing of the story? Again, from 0 to 10. I'm completely freaked out about pacing. I don't know if I have that right. I don't know if I should go fast or slow. So I got an idea. I'm getting an idea as I read more comics and as I see this feedback. So we'll talk about that in a moment. Number 13, would you back this book if it were offered on a crowdfunding website? So there's yes or no. Would you back the book? If this is what I'm offering, and if I ask you for a certain price, would you get it on a crowdfunding website? That's an interesting question. Number 14, which crowdfunding website would you like to see host an ominous campaign? And then I have Indiegogo, I have Kickstarter, I have Fund My Comic, and then other websites, other crowdfunders. I just want to let everybody know I'm not doing anything on Kickstarter, so you guys can forget about that. And then 15, it says, if you select other, please specify what other websites would you recommend. And so, yeah, so that's the idea there. 16, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being I wouldn't recommend it, and 10 being I'd definitely recommend it. How likely are you to recommend this to another person? And then from 0 to 10. 17, Which artist would you like to see draw a pinup for future ominous stories? No, pinup, no, because I'm doing all the interiors, I'm doing the cover art, but pinups. And I can bring on other artists to do some dope pinups. 18. Which colorist would you like to see color a future pinup? Would you like to see color a pinup for future ominous stories? No, so what other colorists are out there that you'd like to see? I have my preferences, but what do you recommend? Maybe our preferences can cross over, and then we can see which ones we like. Number 19, what did you like the most about the comic? And 20, what did you think needs to improve for the next comic? So those are the questions, and now we're going to look at the answers. JJ says, hold on, I think your pacing and plot structure were great. Thank you very much, JJ. That means a lot, man. I appreciate it. Dr. Ben says, saw you were live and figured to see what you're up to because your stuff always looks so great. Oh, man, thank you very much, Dr. Ben. That means a lot. That means a lot to get the acknowledgement of such a fine physician as yourself, my good friend. But yes, thank you very much, Dr. Ben. I appreciate it. Now, let's take a look at the answers because I know you want to see the answers. And let's take a look at the answer. I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long. I don't have too long to be on either. But let's take a look. Bam. All right. I've only got 24 people that answered this, but I think it's enough to come to a consensus on certain things. The average time for each person to complete this was 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes. The duration so far has been for 450 days. So that's over a year. So I've had this out for over a year. Avenging Death has been out for over a year. So yeah, 24 people in over a year. Yeah, I haven't been promoting the book. I haven't. This has been completely on the down low. Like if you know who I am and you know that I do art, then you would know that I also have a comic. And then if you are interested in that comic, then you would likely buy it. I haven't gone to any YouTube shows promoting the book. I haven't done anything. I haven't done any campaigns or anything. This has been 100% me selling copies of Ominous out the back of my car. That's all it is. Right? So if I've seen you in the parking lot, hey man, you want some Ominous? That's what it's been like. So yeah, so hopefully I can get those numbers up a little bit more. Hopefully I can get 25 on an actual campaign. But let's take a look. And so let's look at number 1 on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being I didn't enjoy it at all, and 10 being I enjoyed it a lot. I want more. How would you describe the level of enjoyment? And here are the results. 10 people have said that they enjoy it a lot and they want more, which is great. That's like half, I guess, a little bit less than half. Now, I have 5 people say that they gave it a 9. 6 people gave it an 8. I had 2 people give it a 7. I had 1 person give it a 6. So they kind of liked it. They kind of didn't like it. I don't know. So, but yeah, I didn't get any 0s, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4, and 5. So I think that's pretty good. What can I get from this? Yeah, people liked it. And my consensus on this is that people liked it. A few other people didn't like it so much. No, but hopefully I can improve the artwork or something to get them to come back. So yeah, the names, these are all anonymous, as you can see here. Everything's anonymous. 10, 10, 9, 8, 9. So people, I think people enjoy it. I think people enjoy it. JJ says, yeah, Elliot has a lot of potential as an artist. I think he is especially great with character design. Oh yeah, thank you very much. And speaking of which, if you hang on for the rest of the show, JJ, I'll reveal. No, I don't think I'll reveal that, but I will. I am working on more character designs because I have more characters to design for the actual first book. I have news about the actual first book also, so we'll look at that later on. So yeah, so those are the answers. People enjoyed it. Let's take a look at number 2. 0 of the art being terrible and 10 of the art being excellent. How would you describe the art? How do people describe the art of Ominous? And so it's similar to the previous a little bit. I got 9 people that give it a 10. 9 people gave it a 10. So 9 people said this book is the art is awesome. So that's really cool. That's really great to hear. I got 4 9s. So 4 people gave it a 9. 3 people gave it an 8. And 7 people gave it a 7. So I think this is where I'm at. I'm not excellent at 10, but I think I'm a good 7. Hopefully I can make it to an 8 one day. I think 7 and 8, I think that's where I'm at. Hopefully I can push it up a little bit to a 9 or a 10. Who knows? And then I got one person who gave me a 6. I don't know who that guy is, but but I'm gonna have some stern choice of words with that guy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know who that was, and I think yeah, that's a recent person. So I don't know who. But yeah, no. So all opinions are valid. I'm not going to get mad at anybody. But yeah, so that's what we got. So my consensus on this is that I think my art is pretty good. I think my art is pretty good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Let's take a look at number 3. This is interesting. Which aspects of art need to improve? And I got 2 people that recommend me to work on proportions. I got 4 people saying my figure work needs to improve. I got 3 people saying my line weights need to improve. I thought that was interesting because I do focus on line weights, but I thought that was interesting. So this just means I'll just continue focusing on line weights. Rendering, I got 3 people said that my rendering needs to improve. I got 5 people that say perspective. My perspective needs to improve. I think this is JJ's fault, but I'll explain in a moment. But no, it's not JJ's fault. I'm just Josh and JJ. There's 6 people that say other. 4 people says I'm not familiar with these terms. So 4 people just appreciate the art for what it is. And then 8 say that they think that the art is fine as it is. So I got 8 people saying the art is great. I got a few people saying there's certain elements that I have to work on. And believe me, I will continue working on these elements. So thank you very much for your feedback on that. And then those are the answers that people took the time to answer. And then number 4, if you clicked other, please specify what other aspects should you improve on in terms of the art. So number 1 says more dialogue. So I don't know, maybe no. Number 2 says perhaps work on the line weights to help create depth within the page. Specifically, the cover seems a little crowded with all the rocks. All right, so that, for example, is very specific. So that's something that I can work with. It's something that I can work with, something that's like a tangible thing that I can correct right now or in future artwork. So that type of thing is incredibly valuable. I really appreciate that. So number 3 says the color seem off, like they don't fit the scene as well as they could, and they came out a little grainy. I'm not sure what grainy would be. Well, I don't know. I think we could probably look at grainy. Maybe some of the artwork came out grainy. Maybe it's just some of the effects that the colorists use. Who knows? Composition inside the panels. The art inside many of the panels are very centered. It may help to find different angles and ways of composing interesting shots with the panels. I fully agree with this. There's quite a few pages here where, as they say, everything is in the center. So, 1 second. Everything is in like the dead center. So it's not I later learned that it's not a good idea to do that. For example, like if this is the panel, you'd want to have action on this page. So you have the text here, or you can do it on this page, and then have the text here. So you want to like not have the character perfectly centered, and then so you have limited space for paneling. You want to like maneuver with it a little bit. So I see that. I see it as like, yeah, you have a point. That I could move that over to over here. I can. So that's awesome. That's great feedback. So yeah, let's continue looking at this. And thank you for your patience also. Yeah. So yeah, so that's great. Number 5 says there could be more going on in the environment background, but a minor criticism. Looks good so far. Yeah, the background in this case is it's a desolate place. There's nothing there, so I don't know. That's where the setting is. Obviously, for example, if the setting were a city or something like that, then yeah, definitely. No, you have to have people running and cars, debris, destroyed things, windows broken, things like that. No. This one's nice. It says some criticisms. The uniformity of the rendering of the protagonist could use some work. There are some panels where he has some rendering on his face, page 1, panel 3. And there are some panels, page 4, panel 1, where there's no rendering at all. I am not an expert in manga style, so maybe this is intentional. Page 5, last panel, where the antagonist is choking the protagonist. Spoiler alert. His hand is so big that the proportions kind of take you out of the story because it looks so off. I would think about maybe having the antagonist gripping the protagonist around the torso instead of the neck. That's an interesting idea. I like that. The uniformity of the panel lines. If you look at page 1, the panels are solid black lines. On page 2, they're kind of wavy, jagged lines. Not sure why the change between pages, but it seems off to me when I was reading it. Page 6, panel 3, it might be because of the placement of the panel, but the protagonist seems positioned incorrectly. I feel like his body should be positioned further to the right. Towards the end of the page, I know he is buried in the rubble, but it's hard to make out because of the color's body position. It kind of breaks the pace while you are reading. Page 8, the line where the arm is cut off so clean. Another spoiler alert. That it looks like the arm was just removed digitally. Of the protagonist is out of whack. The left shoulder needs to be pulled in, and the arm repositioned. I love the energy, the speed lines, effects, particularly the weapon arcs and clashes. The character design of the antagonist, Deathmonger, is pretty cool. Your lines seem to be looser when drawing him, and I enjoyed the detail. Now that, I mean, you can't get more specific than that. No? So, because now I'm interested. Yeah, it was only one panel that bothered me. Yeah, I think you mentioned that in the video. So we'll take a look at that also. Yeah, so this information here is incredibly helpful. Thank you very much for going to that specific detail of showing me which page and panel, and I was able to look at all of these pages and see exactly what he's talking about. Also, just to show you what he's talking about, he mentions here page 1, panel 3, where the rendering. Because I was like, what does he mean by the rendering? And so here's the book. This is page 1, panel 3. So here, for example, the face of Zadok has a certain amount of rendering. Like you see lines here on his nose, on his face, his eyebrows, his hair, and things like that. And so this level of rendering is not present in other panels of the page. So yeah, that makes sense. So that's a valid criticism. So I'm assuming that the idea is consistency across different pages and panels. So yeah, definitely, I hear you. Again, he points out one where the character's in rubble, and like another person mentioned, it's centered. Like in the panel that I can't show you because I'm spoiling it, but it's centered, and it would, as this comment mentions, it would be great if I could just lean it over to the right a little bit. No, so those comments are great. I welcome those comments, and I appreciate that kind of feedback. It's just it just helps me out in the long run, so I really appreciate that. Let's take a look at number 5. So that's all of the comments that were left in terms of specific things about the art that need to be improved on. Question number 5: how would you describe the colors? 10 people gave me a 10, or gave the book a 10 for the colors. 3 people gave it a 9. 5 people gave it an 8. 2 people gave it a 6. And then I have a 5, a 4, and a 3. So, man, I don't expect everybody to like it. 3, 4, 5. That's pretty steep. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, some people like it, some people don't like it. And my personal stance, I'm going to continue with Emmanuel because I personally like it. I'm glad that some people, though I could say at least half or a little less than half like it. There's another group of people that don't like it. So I mean, yeah, hopefully I can. I don't know, because there's things about the coloring, for example, that were just 100% my choice. Like he would show me something, and I would say tweak this, tweak this, tweak that. So everything that you see in the book is 100% like things that I had a hand in. So it's not like he colored it and I say, okay, go on to the next page. No, like he would color the page. I would look at it for a while, and then I was like, I think this could be better if I had it in a different color, or I think this would be better if I had it in a different color, or this or that. So So I had that happen. So everything that you see in the book is 100% is me. I take full responsibility for whether you like it or you don't like it, whether the colors came out right or not. I look back through it now and I love it. I love how it came out. But uh, I see what some people say about the colors, but yeah, I'm going to stick with Emmanuel. So I hope you don't hate me. Number six, would you like to see the same colorist or a different colorist? 20 people say that they want the same colorist, and 4 people want a different colorist. Um, so yeah, so that's it. So yeah, people like it. I think the colors and the line art work well together. Then I have 4 people that don't like it. Hopefully, I can get those 4 people to come back. But who knows? So yeah, that's that. Number 7, it says, if you'd like to see another colorist on the project, who would you recommend? This is interesting because here I get names. Um, number 2, number 3 says a variety. What does that mean? I don't know. Number 4, same colorist. Okay. 5, the colors as good as it is. Nobody. NA. I really don't know anything. This is funny. 10. It isn't that the colors did badly. I think that the colors just don't match the theme and environment as well as they could. Yeah, I've been going back and forth with that. Yeah, I've been thinking about changing it, but yeah, I think I'm going to just stick with Emmanuel. Number 11, the colors seem to do a great job. To me, it looks like you work well, so I would keep it that way. I agree. And number 12 mentions Carlos Moreno. Also, maybe I could commission him one day to take the tackle on the colors for Ramos. See how that comes out. No, but I have a name. No, so I have a name. I have Carlos Moreno. And then here we're looking at the lettering. I got 10 people that said that the lettering is excellent. I got 1 9. I got 2 8s. I got 7. No, I got 6 7s and 4 6s. And I have 1 4. I got 1 4. Paul, what did you do, Paul? But but no. So yeah, so yeah, people like it also. I think Paul is in the same place where I am at with the lettering, because with the art. No, because if we remember back to the art, I'm at the 7 8 level, and Paul is the same. He's got a good number of people that say 7, and a good number of people that say 10. So between that 7 and 10, there's 16 people. I think that's pretty good. So I think Paul is doing a good job. Maybe there could be things that he could improve on. But again, the same thing with Emmanuel, but the colorist, I take full blame and responsibility for the lettering, because the same thing with Paul. You can ask Paul. We have gone over each page at least twice, because I just wasn't too happy with the positioning of a certain word or a certain text, and I just kept going back and forth over it. So the positions that you see with the letterings and the balloons and all that stuff, that's fully my fault. So for example, these panels, the captions, everything is positioned where I wanted it to be positioned. So it's not like I told Paul, yeah, you do the lettering, and then when he gave it back to me, I was like, okay, excellent, go on to the next. No, I always had a say into everything that he did. Number 9 says, would you like to see same letterer or different letterer? 21 people say the same, 3 people say different. And number 10, yeah, so 21 people say it's same letter and 3 different. Also, same thing with Manuel. I'm going to continue with Paul for the next project. I think he's doing a good job, and obviously he's going. If there's anything to improve on, it'll obviously happen with more time in practice. So I have no problems with Paul. I'm going to continue working with Paul. Number 10, if you'd like to see another letter on the project, who would you recommend? Again, variety, same letter. I like the letter style as it is. Nobody NA. I don't know anything. 10 says, I think you can keep this letterer. He just needs more experience, as there are a few errors, pet peeves that will likely be fixed as you guys continue growing. I agree. If there's any problems, it'll just dissipate over time. The first narration bubble in the first page is hard to read due to conflicting color palette, and overall the lettering was a touch too small and could have been made larger without covering the art. So that's something that I constantly think about, um, and so yeah, so we'll amend that. No? 11 says layout and balloons were fine. Opening caption in gray was hard to read. For the dialogue, emphasis on no would seem to drive home an immediacy of the moment. So it's just specific things. No, this is on page 9, I think. So yeah, and so if you notice, both of these people mentioned the first panel of panel of page 1. So this is the panel that we're talking about. This is the caption that we're talking about, and I agree. On first glance, if I pull this back, it's impossible to read. So yeah, that's not the idea. You can compare that, for example, how easy it is to read this. I'm sorry, how difficult it is to read that versus how easy it is to read this. So you can see that for yourself. So I agree. We'll do a different color in that case. I'll do something completely different. So we'll do something different with that. But you can see, for example, they mentioned specific things, and so that's something that you can appreciate. So thank you very much for those comments. I don't have more time, but let's try to run through this rest of this part quickly. On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being how comprehensible was the story. 10 people gave it a 10, so they understood it. I got 6 8s. So I got a good amount of people that understood it. I got 4 9s. So 20 people decently understood what was going on. I got 2 5s and 2 7s. So maybe that caption balloon, or maybe some previous information that they needed to know before they read it. Who knows? But I'll be sure to make changes to that. So hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to understand. Number 12 is pacing. 13 people gave it a 10, which I was surprised. I was surprised by this. I didn't think my pacing would be so well received. And I got 4 9s. I got 5 8s. So all but 2 people, said that this is good work, great work. So I got 1 6 and then 1 7. It could be because some panels maybe slow down the pacing. Who knows? But I'm really happy with this. This gives me a great sense of accomplishment, and that I'm able to competently draw you a nice fight scene. So at least you can walk away with this knowing that the fight scenes in my future comics are going to be great. So that's, I think, is great, because who doesn't want to see a good fight scene in a comic? So I think that's awesome. So that was a really good point for me in my case. 13. Would you like to see this book? Would you back this book if it were offered on a crowdfunding campaign? I got 23 yeses, and I got 1 no. So I got 23 yes, they would back. Forks. It must have been misspelled. Yes, and how many no's did I get? Hold on. I got 23 yes, 23 yes, and 1 no. One person would not back my book. It's really interesting. Which crowdfunding site would you like to see to host an ominous campaign? I got 7 people recommend Indiegogo. I got 11 people recommend Fund My Comic. So the people over there at Fund My Comic, you guys are doing great work. People are recognizing you as an efficient website to host comic campaigns. So that's excellent news. I got 4 people that are confusingly, mistakenly thinking that I'm going to host something on Kickstarter. I'm just kidding. I appreciate the comment and the feedback, but I am not going to put Ominous on Kickstarter. I'm going to keep it strictly to Indiegogo and Fund My Comic. I got 2 others, so I would like to see what they recommend. So yeah. So that's that part. And then what other campaigns? I don't know. Number 2, I say Indiegogo because that's the only one I heard of. So that's valid also. 3 says put it on all 3 platforms. That's also a feasible, understandable idea. In my case, I'm going to put it on Indiegogo and Fund My Comic. Number 4 says I prefer Indiegogo and Fund My Comic, but will get the book at either place or even Kickstarter. Sweet, I like that. Thank you. It may be a good idea to put it on all 3. That's what Hojo did for his book for the Mythicals. Yeah. You see, Hojo's a legend. Hojo gets mentioned for everything. Hojo does everything right. Awesome stuff, Hojo. Hojo's currently crowdfunding Mythicals 3. You guys be sure to get that. Number 5, none. I have been burned by past crowdfundings. All right, so here is the damage that eventually that happens. When people don't turn in their books on time, or they don't fulfill their promises, or just as it says here, get burned. So people have gotten burned, and that has affected their choices. Out of the 24 people that answered, one person said, "No, I'm not going to back anything, no matter how good I like it, because I've been burned before." So that sucks. So that sucks a big time. That people will refuse to back you just because you're crowdfunding. So that's something to think about right there. So 16, recommended or wouldn't recommend it. How likely are you to recommend it? 15 people say 10. 3 people say 9. 8 people say 2. 4 people 7. So it's possible that they would recommend it. And I don't have anything lower than that. So consensus is that people would recommend the book to others. Which artist would you like to see draw a pinup? Well, this is interesting. Here you go, artists. Listen, I got this person mentioned Joe Sontag and Michael Bancroft to do a pinup. That would be interesting to see. Rob Wilson, volunteer. Rob Wilson doxed himself. He doxed himself. Rob Wilson is number 5. Number 6, Ellie Rodriguez. Always thank you. I appreciate the support. The current artist is phenomenal. Thank you. I appreciate the support. I got Peter Orchard, Shelby Robertson, Joe Catapano, Joe Sontag, Luke Stone. That's a nice lineup of artists. Great lineup of artists right there. Yeah, I'll see what happens, because I may contact some of these folks. All of them, none of them. I don't know. We'll see what happens. None come to mind. 10. I wish I knew more artists. 11. Peter Ang. See if it's possible to get Peter Ang. And 12 is John Stinsman and Mario A. Barraza. So yeah, we'll see if I can get them. We'll see. I'll have to look them up, see who they are, see if I can get them. 13 says any artist in CG would be great, but I think Irene Strakowski is really good at fantasy. Can I also recommend myself? Is that Rob? Who is that? But yeah, so Irene. She's the creator of Fiendish. So that'd be cool to get her. I don't know if I can afford any of this, but yeah, these are some excellent names. 14, depending on budget, top pick would be Kelsey Shannon. Oh man, I love Kelsey Shannon's art. Man, I love that guy's art. I got Nexus. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, I love his art. I love his coloring, and I absolutely love when Kelsey colors Aaron Lopresti. That was the one thing that was like, because I didn't back Kit Carter. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. But I was really like, I was really thinking about getting it, and if I would have gotten it, it would have been to see Kelsey's colors on Lopresti's art, because that combination is, oh man. I hope that Kelsey colors Mr. Lopresti's third book of Wraith. Oh man, that would just be awesome. 15, Matt Barr. Matt Barr will be great, and Pete Samedi would also be great. Yeah, I think it would be interesting to see Matt's take and Pete's take on my characters. I think that would be dope. Yeah, Matt's been getting bashed a lot. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not going to admit an opinion, but I've always supported Matt. He's always been cool with me, so I have no reason to be not cool with Matt. No, Matt's a cool guy. Uh, 16, Kier Covington. Yeah. Kier, if for those who don't know, Kier is the artist for many issues of who was on many issues of King Cryptid, and he's also, if I'm not mistaken, drawing Blood Moon, which is the crossover with King Cryptid and Blood Realm from Alternative Comics. So check that out. And if I can get him to do something, that'd be pretty cool too. 18 trick questions. Rockerford is the only answer. Oh man, if I could get Rockerford, if I could get Rockerford to do like a sketch, just whatever, I would I would freak out. Yeah, Kenneth Rockerford is the artist of my favorite crowdfunding book. It's my favorite crowdfunding book. It's Groken. If you haven't gotten Groken, you need to get Groken. You need Groken in your life. And Kenneth Rockerford is just an amazing artist. He's a life. He's a. They keep saying this, no, a generational talent, and that's nothing further from the truth. It's 100% accurate. Because this guy is an excellent penciler, inker, colorist. He does everything right. Him, Shelby, and Dale Keown. Those guys, as far as I know, they do all of it right. They do the pencils, the inks, the colors, everything. And Kenneth even letters his own stuff. I was like, geez, man, say some stuff for us. Man, it's crazy and just an immense talent. Man, it'd be a dream of mine to get him, but I don't know how I would go about doing that. I don't know how much he charges. I don't know if he would take on anything that I would offer him, but who knows? But his name was up there. No, so his name is up there. 19. I never think about pinups. Anybody works. I just want you to finish your book. Yes. Amen, brother. No, because yeah, that's the bottom line. This comment actually is going to affect the way I do my campaigns because I've been in this scene for quite a while now, 4 years, and I've constantly heard people down talk pinups. Like I got a shelf full of them. Like I've heard comments like that. I think what Dave did was an excellent idea. Dave Brink from Genuine Comics, he put all of his pinups into a book and gave it as an art book. I think that's an excellent idea. I may do that. I think that's just the best thing because we want books. We don't want pinups so much. Me as a customer, pinups are great, but I mean, at the end of the day, you want the book. So I fully agree with what 19 said. Rob Willis, oh, that's another guy. Oh, it hurts. It hits me in the feels. I love Rob's work. Rob is incredibly influential to what I do. Yeah, if I could, actually, I contacted Rob, so I have his rate. So I don't know if I can make it happen. It would be nice to make that happen. So Paul Ravoche, that would be awesome. No, I have no idea how I'm going to afford any of this, but it's awesome to hear. They hear all these people and their opinions of which artists I should get. 24, Jay Krager, Ricardo Jaime, I think is his name. Dan Dahl, Kenneth Rockerford. Kenneth Rockerford again. My good friend Dan Dahl. Ricardo Jamie, I think it's Jaime or Jamie. I'm not sure, but this is an excellent list of artists. These are all great. If I can find a way to get any of these people to do anything, um, it'd be dope. Um, eh, Including you, Rob. Rob volunteered himself. I love Rob. Rob. Which colorist would you like to see? Here we have colorist number 4, Dan Kemp. Michael Bancroft as a colorist. Yeah, man. I actually had my Dan Kemp color one of my pieces. I didn't commission it, but someone else commissioned Dan Kemp to color one of my pieces. Great work, awesome stuff. Michael Bancroft. I don't know if that could work. It would be great to see that though. No, the current colorist Emmanuel Ordaz. Yes, the current colorist is fine. Same colorist. I wish I knew more colorist. Ichthys. Ichthys. We've worked together before on several pieces. We've done work on a piece for The Flock and Bump Back. Those are two IPs. Um, I don't think they're CG or CG adjacent, but there are two IPs that I worked on, two pinups that I did back in the day. a few years ago, and Ichthus colored it. He's an excellent person. Check him out. He does color streams every Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, on YouTube. Um, Check him out. The name is Ichthus, ICHTHY 5. Check that out. 12, no opinion. 13, any CG colors would be a good choice. No, sure, no preference. Those pencils, inks could look amazing with Kyle Ritter color for. Oh man, Kyle Ritter. I can't afford that. That guy's like a gajillion bazillion bucks. I don't know. I assume, but but yeah, he's an amazing colorist also. I don't know how to get him. I mean, let's just think about this. Like Joe Sontag, he's the creator of Reaper Destroyer. He was initially in talks to have Kyle Ritter color the entire book. Kyle, I think, only colored 2 or 3 pages, and then he couldn't continue the rest of the project. Now, if he can't continue the rest of the project for Joe, I don't know what he can do for me. But yeah, it'd be nice to get Kyle though. No, I never think about pinups. Anybody, yeah, finish your book again. Finish your book. Kyle Ritter, Dan Lawless, Marcos Martins, Eugene Betivu. These are the colors, if I'm not mistaken, that do work on Lost pages. So that would be awesome. Also, I actually contacted Marcos, and I got no feedback from him. So I didn't get no response from him. So I don't know. And then Eugene, I think I sent him an email also. Now I never got any comment back from him either. So yeah. So who knows? What did you like most about the comment? This is interesting. The story, drawings, the story. I didn't get distracted or bored. Yes, nice. I like that. I like the art, very polished. I appreciate that. Thank you. Dynamic panel action and vibrant colors. Yeah, I think that best sums up Emmanuel's work. Vibrant colors. I think and I'm going to continue with that. Number 6, it jumped right into the sequence and didn't leave any time to get bored. I appreciate it. The artwork, the art and character designs, Easter eggs of logo on the second sword. I am by no means an editor. This must be the editor. And I like the backgrounds a lot. The whole thing, everything was on point for my liking. I love the part where DM thought he was going to hit Zadok, but Zadok said yeet. The color makes it more alive and easy to read. Awesome stuff. 11, the storytelling within the actual line work and art is absolutely awesome. Thank you. Wow. And incredible for a first book. You clearly, sorry, it's been an hour, folks. I'm sorry. It says you clearly have the knack for cinematic, big storytelling. Oh, man, thank you. I really appreciate that. And I hope to lean into that into future books. 12. So the intro left me with a lot of questions and made me curious about the sword and the villain. It was an excellent hook. The death armor design was awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. A lot of questions. Hopefully I can get them answered in the next book. 13 says the art and story were a lot of fun, but I really enjoyed the surprise at the end of there being a stronger bad guy. Spoiler alert. 14, character designs, especially the villain. 15, the action was spot on and fluid. Really good stuff. Very classic fight pacing. I love that. The fight sequences, the villains, the pacing, the action, and the story. Everything. Awesome. 19, the drawings were very dynamic and the images conveyed the story in an engaging way. The story reminded me of King David and Goliath. Oh, I think I know who this is. The protagonist was both hopeful and brave. He also has a good visual design. The villains looked scary, and I love the juxtaposition between the protagonist and the villain with the close-up of their eyes. The fight almost felt animated at times. You did a great job with movement and subtle details like sparks from colliding swords or the dust that arose from them running around. The hero's cape added so much to the drawings, and the expressions they made were very real. Thank you very much. I appreciate these comments, and these are very specific comments. So specific that I think I know who this is. KJ, I just doxed myself. Yeah, you sure did, man. um, yeah, I think it's JJ. Dan Lawless is amazing, but there goes your budget. Yeah, man. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, there's a lot of great people out there. Next one said artwork is a great blend of anime and Western comic art. Oh, I love that. Love that. That's what I'm aiming for. You know, backgrounds, artwork was very nice. Thank you. The artwork, the action was good, dynamic. The bleakness, the danger, the gravitas, the immediacy, fight scene. Yeah. So yeah. So everybody was nice enough to give me a comment. All these comments are amazing, and so the consensus is that the action is great. The character designs are great. The pacing is great. I can improve on a few aspects of the art, but just in general, everything is great. This is my very first comic, so this is great news. And that's it. It took a long time. It took a lot longer than I had thought. Now let's take a look at the EFAP. And without any further ado, I'm going to EFAP JJ. Who's JJ? JJ is this fine young man here who took the time to actually do a video about the comic. And so we're going to see what he says. I'm going to destroy everything that he says because everything that he says makes no sense at all. I'm just kidding. And then we're also going to I'm just going to give some feedback on what I heard here. And give some feedback, and then make some comments and some announcements, I guess you can say. On this. So I want to do a test. I want to make sure you can hear the audio for this. So please let me know if you can hear it. If not, then please also let me know. So let's go.
On an expedition deep within the sweltering jungles of northeastern Peru, traversing rivers, narrowly avoiding capture by the communist guerrillas we call the Shining Path, until finally I arrived at an ancient Incan temple, where I discovered a treasure that had been protected by a secret.
Can you guys hear that? JJ, can you hear that? I want to make sure you can hear that. Or someone in the chat. There's people in the chat. Tell me, can you hear it? Oh, yeah, so you're a little quiet. All right, let me turn the volume up. Oh, that is up. Let me turn this other volume up. Crap. Second, let me see if I can do it. Yeah, that's at max. I don't know how else to make it louder. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's at max. All right, let's check it out.
Recently, I went on an expedition deep within the sweltering jungles of northeastern Peru, traversing rivers, narrowly avoiding capture by the communist guerrillas we call the Shining Path, until finally I arrived at an ancient Incan temple, where I discovered a treasure that had been protected by a secret line of Incan priests, lest it fall in the hands of the Spanish. But unfortunately for them, Peru's greatest kept secret and treasure is now in my hands. And it can be in yours as well. I'm talking about the comic Ominous, written and drawn by Elliot Rodriguez. I was blown away by his character designs. Look at the amount of detail he put into the behemoth of this villain. The protagonist is also pretty cool. He's got a great hairstyle, I like the emerald cape, and also his sword. Obviously, it's not realistic, but it's very unique, and that's important with character design. Communist guerrillas.
I'm sorry, I'm going back to this part. Communist guerrillas, yes. Shining Path is a terrorist group that is from Peru. They are inspired by all that Mao, Leninism, Marxism crap, and they're full-on terrorists. And they're here. They're here. They're in the jungle of Peru. Now it's a form of narco terrorism because now they got their hands into drugs and all that narcotics and stuff. So because we got that, unfortunately, I hate to say this, but we got that good cocaine here. So these guys are in on that. So yes, so these guys are a-holes. So yes, I just wanted to comment that. but yeah, yeah. So here, this panel here, this is a full-on spoiler. But JJ says he's going to he gave a spoiler, so that's a spoiler. That's something in the book that I have not shown. You can only see it here on this video, and right now in this EFAP. But yeah, that's in the book. That's part of the action. So I guess you can see what happens to this sword that's on the cover. And so, way to go, JJ! Destroyed everything, JJ. And then this is also another panel. It's all right, JJ. And then this is another panel also from the fight sequence. There's a fight sequence. Obviously, it's a big fight sequence. So this is a panel from that. Um, and yeah, so that's also full on spoiler because I have not shown that to anybody. The only thing that I have shown off to people is just the first page and the second page. The third page. I'm sorry, this is the first page here and the second page. I have not shown off anything other than that, other than what JJ has just revealed. Thank you, JJ. So let's continue.
Pretty cool. He's got a great hairstyle. I like the emerald cape and also his sword. Obviously, it's not realistic, but it's very unique, and that's important with character design and to create something that's recognizable. He did a really good job with the fight scenes. It felt like the characters were popping off the page, and also he managed to capture their emotions very vividly. It almost felt like an animation. This is probably because in a few places he had used sequential shots that showed a progression of movement. Some people don't like that, but I actually think it came out really well. Now I'm going to
Sorry, let me just stop it right there. Here, what he's talking. This is also another. There's two more panels that are in the book that I had no intention of showing off. JJ showed off. It's okay. It's no problem at all. But yeah, I like this. I personally like. I'm a fan of this kind of paneling work, where it's like you see, like in one panel, you see the guy just looking, for example, at the camera, and then the next panel looking like just doing like subtle movements. Um, I think that's great for storytelling. Obviously, you're not going to do it in every panel. There's specific places where it works. I personally believe that that's where it worked because there's a moment where he's he's lost hope, but then there's a moment where hey, there's something there. Um, so that was my reasoning behind that. And so yeah, I like that. I'm going to continue using that. If you don't like that, I'm very sorry. If you do like that, then hey, continue supporting the channel. All right, guys, just in case, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's continue.
progression of movement. Some people don't like that, but I actually think it came out really well. Now I'm going to talk about the story. There's going to be a few spoilers here. So if you want to read 10 pages of explosive action, just go ahead and look for Elliot Rodriguez on Twitter. 10 pages of explosive action. Just go ahead. A few spoilers here.
Here's something else. This is another panel that I don't show off. And if you really want to know, I'm going to just completely spoil it. What you see on the screen right now here is exactly what happens after this page, after this panel. So this is supposed to be the cliffhanger to get people hooked, and then what you see here is what you were supposed to see after you bought the book. So thank you very much, JJ. I'm just bashing you. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, so that's yeah, I had to do a lot of like studying and figure work to make sure that came out to where you could understand it, and I'm glad that people like that. And yeah, thanks JJ.
So if you want to read 10 pages of explosive action, just go ahead and look for Elliot Rodriguez on Twitter and send him a DM, and he'll get you the comic right away. This is actually just a preview of the comic. He's still developing it, and he says everybody who gets a copy now via Twitter will be rewarded greatly once he actually launches the campaign. I'm not 100.
Yeah, so that is true. 10 pages of explosive action. You can get it today in the digital format. I only have it available in the digital format. What I have in my hand is a prototype of what I hope would be this as a comic that I will be able to offer to backers. So so that's where I'm at right now.
Percent sure how, but I think he will be sending you a real life baby llama. So if you want a pet llama, it may now be yours for the small price of $5. It still might end up being something else, maybe a pinup or a trading card. I don't really know, but still, you don't want to miss out. So make sure you go ahead and look him up on Twitter. Back to the plot. The story was extremely engaging.
I want to say something about that. Please, if you have any kinds of like, man, should I get this or not? If that's bugging you at all, then I recommend please get it now. Please get it now. Why should I get it now? I can't give details, but I'm currently working on something on a surprise gift for the people that have backed this as a digital copy. Because as I mentioned earlier, I'm not campaigning for this comic. This comic is just strictly word of mouth. If you know who I am, if you follow the channel or any of my social media, then you know that I have this book as a digital PDF file. In the future, I have plans of launching campaigns, and having a book. I have the script here, so I've worked on the script. The script for the entire book is complete, and I'm actually already finished writing what seems to be what is the first book, and I have clocked the first book at 88 pages. So I'm going to start that hopefully this year. I will be working on that next year, and so when things pop off, there's no stopping it, and so I'm going to be working on the book 100%, and getting this will be more and more difficult. So please, I recommend back it now while you have a golden opportunity, because I'm working on your surprise, and your surprise is something that you're not going to want to miss out on. It's not a trade up, it's not a trading card, it's not a pinup. It's something a little bit more than just trading card or a pinup. Um, and I don't want to give away what it is, because I also don't want to get over flooded with things and then not be able to fulfill. But please get in on the digital copy. It's only $5, and it's going to go a long way into what you can actually get in return. So right now, all you're getting is a digital copy. Many people out there don't like digital copies. I'm going to try to figure out, or I am figuring out a way to get you more than just a digital copy. So yes, and it's not a llama. It's not a llama. I'm not going to hand out llamas. Adult nor babies, I'm not handing out any llamas. I wish I could, but man, it's going to cost me $4 to $5. But no, I'm not. No llamas involved in this campaign or in this video, and no llamas have been harmed during the making of his uh, review or of this EFAP. So let's continue.
Engaging. The hero is standing over the corpse of his best friend, and the only chance of his survival is defeating this giant monster. The story reminded me of David versus Goliath, and I believe it has a lot of potential. The biggest issue with the writing was the introduction of a new villain near the end. He wasn't teed up at all, and I'm not exactly sure why he mattered in the story.
This is a massive spoiler. Massive spoiler for the book. Yeah, this is in the book also. You weren't supposed to see that, but it's there. And it's okay. I have no problem at all. But just wanted to show you that is a spoiler. Who is that guy? It's this guy. This is the main villain of the comic. His name is Necronox, and here he is right next to his henchman Deathmonger. These are two of the bad guys. Two of the bad guys that are in the story of Ominous. There are more bad guys. So I'm going to be designing more kick-ass villains, because I got a villain that, if you like this guy, I got another villain. Oh, it's gonna be great. So so that's the big bad. He's the mastermind, the brains of the operation. This is Pinky, and this is the brain. Pinky and the brain. Yeah, that's what that relationship is. So so he's the bad guy, and yeah, he's in the book.
Story. He did look cool though. I'm assuming this will be fixed in the final draft of the comic. It's not really a huge deal yet. My biggest critique of the art is going to be in panel 1, which opened up with a bird's eye shot, and you see the protagonist.
Yeah, this is. I think the comments on the art about perspective are referring to this, and I'm very very sorry. I did my best. What is he talking about here? This is the page. Let me get it. This first panel. Here's the panel, and so he's talking about this. My wife later told me that, yeah, he looks like he's just like a stick figure. So that's not, man. That's my fault. That's my bad. 100%. I'm going to try to rectify that in future stories. But I know, for example, that that's a weak spot. So I know next time that I take another crack at a angle like that, that I'll be able to do something much better. So let's continue.
Standing over his friend's corpse. The corpse just seemed a little too rigidish and stick figure like for me. Overall, though, it was an amazing read, and if you've got $5 to spare, you may want to give it a go. Also, I wrote a novel called Long Live the Liar. It's about a young slave boy who watches as his king is killed, and now he must embark on a perilous journey with his master, the prince, or their whole kingdom will be destroyed. You can get it now on Amazon for $5 as well. What other great hidden indie treasures are out there? Let me know. If you read any books or comics or seen any films you'd like me to explore, thanks and have a great day.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Am I back? Am I okay? But yeah, so hopefully you can hear me. Uh, what's up, AC? Oh, I got something for you, man. Oh, I got something for you. Finally started working on that. All right, cool. Jay just says yes. Yeah, AC. I finally started working on crap. Now my camera. Jeez, my camera went off. I was wanted to show you something. Blah. It sucks. Technical difficulties, folks. Just give me a second. All right, I'm back. All right. Yeah. Check this out. Wait. Yeah, can you see it? I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm currently working on the fan art piece for Saga of Sunset. So that'll come out. I'm assuming next week. I don't know when, but I'll get that done. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, smash the like button, do what AC says, and yeah. So yeah, so this is Death Manga right here. This big bad guy, and so yeah, that's it. That's all that I have for you guys. We just take a look at the EFAP. Sweet. We just took a look at the EFAP, and so yeah, as JJ mentioned in the video, I'm still working on the comic. I am a one man show. In terms of the story and art, I'm the only person working on it, so I don't have anybody else that I depend on. So it's just strictly when I have time to work on it. I have plans to start the comic either this year if I can manage that. Or next year. No, but because the thing is, I finished this. I finished writing the story for Ominous for the first book. The panel by panel is laid out already for the first 88 pages. I'm just getting I'm just waiting to hear back from the editor to give me the green light. As soon as he gives me the green light, then I'm going to go full ahead into jumping into designing. Sorry, into drawing pages. There's a few scenes here that I can already start drawing. So if he says, "Yeah, go," yeah, I think this is great. Just go for it. I'm going to start drawing the pages. All the pages that I draw, I'm going to post it on YouTube. So please just follow the channel and you'll see updates and you'll see how I get the comic done in real time. Um, I'm also working on designing new characters because there's a bunch of characters in the first book that have not yet been designed and that need to be designed. And that as soon as they are, they're going to just make it into the book. So I'll have a bunch of art to reveal for that also. So yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for taking a look at Ominous. Here is a pinup. Oh, and sorry, there's a conclusion to be had with a survey. I took a look at all this information that I have, considering the survey, considering just other people getting in contact with me about the book, and I've made a decision. I'm going to remaster. Please listen. I'm going to remaster Avenging Death Ominous, and I'm going to update it. I'm going to do something that's, yeah. I'm going to update the Man, I'm trying to find this artwork. Yeah. Um, I'm going to remaster the book. This first book, I'm going to remaster it, and then I'm going to launch it on either Fund My Comic or Indiegogo, or I think I might do both. And I'm going to have this gold plated logo on it because the one that has on it already is silver. So when I remaster it, I'm going to do everything in gold. I'm going to have this Avenging Death title also done in gold. So I'm going to remaster this, which means I'm going to go back and re-letter everything because there's a lot of mistakes also in terms of sound effects. I include sound effects here in this first page. Let's take a look at that. I include sound effects here, but someone pointed out that there's no other place in the book that has sound effects, and sound effects could be very useful, especially if you have a sword. No, there's got to be a slashing sound effect, or when it hits like another piece of metal or a break or something, there should be like a sound effects to that. So I'm going to go back and I mean I had noticed that like I was so into the art and to the story that I had not noticed and the lettering that I did not some things just went over my head. So I'm going to go back, add some sound effects, change the lettering for this, change the script. There's some things that need to be better phrased. I'm going to change that first panel. I'm going to change that first panel. I'm also going to include a pinup gallery. I'm also going to include character bios, if it's possible, and I'm going to remaster this. And I'm going to remaster this book. Now, so you're going to have character bios. I'm going to actually campaign like an actual physical book. You'll have, yeah, character bios. I'll do pinup galleries. For example, I have these pinups that I've done. Now, so here you have all the characters that are in the book. Here you have Silas. This is one of the characters. You can see, for example, I've made some modifications on the designs from this suit to this one. This one looks pretty bland. If you look at this shoulder pad here, there's nothing. And then here I filled it in with some pretty cool stuff. Uh, this is a symbol that is really important in the story, and I just recently designed it, so I added that to the character, and so yeah, so this is something. Here's the pinup of here's the virgin pinup. So I'm going to remaster Ominous is my announcement. I'm going to remaster it. I'm going to give it a nice gold touch, and I'm going to launch it on a campaign. Devil Flyer, what's going on, man? Thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. AC, what's going on, man? Um, so yeah, so that's my announcement. I'm going to remaster Ominous and then do a campaign with it. And then I'm going to hopefully fulfill that soon. No, so it's not going to take a long time to fill that because the book is done. I don't have anything to do. I just a few minor touch ups on it. And so when I remaster the book and then you get this nice gold logo to it, this book will no longer be available. You're not going to get this book in this with this presentation, with this funky gray panel box ever again. No, so you're not going to get this at all. So please, this is I guess my last call. I don't know. Please get your digital copy of Ominous today, so you can get your digital copy and your surprise. I'm not going to say what the surprise is. I don't want people freaking out, but I am going to give you a really cool surprise. The surprise is only for the people that have backed the digital copy. So get the digital copy. To get it, just hit me up in my DMs on Twitter, um, and you will be rewarded. It's just $5. It's not a llama. It's not a llama, but it is something really cool. You're not going to want to miss out on that. So get that. And yeah, so my announcement is that I'm going to remaster the Ominous gold, the gold plated version. Also, and that's going to come with a lot of more extra stuff to it. Just completely redone. Just the lettering and sound effects and extra pinup gallery. Some some character bios and information, just to get you started, to just to get you a more involved. So let's get that today. Crap, that was my internet. Oh man, is my internet gone? Oh yeah, am I back? My internet froze on me. Llama Gate. I'm not giving you any llamas, man. I'm not giving you any llamas. But yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much to everybody who tuned in. That is all for me today. Please stay tuned, just for future. Just subscribe to the channel, follow the news, as I dish it out. And there's also one more thing. On October 12th, I'm going to participate in the Red Valkyrie Underground Art Auction. I'm going to be offering off some awesome art. Just to give you a quick look at what I'm going to offer up, I'm offering up this Spider-Man piece. I don't know if you can see that. The lighting here is too light. I'm also offering up. It's going to be a bundle. That Spider-Man piece with this Spider-Man piece. So you get two Spider-Man pieces. That'll be my first offering. I'll also add these in if you guys if there's enough bids. You can get Venom and the Carnage with it also, so you can get nice Spider-Man bundle. I'm also going to throw in. I'm also going to auction off this Swarm versus Armadillo piece. So you're going to see this awesome hatching Swarm and Armadillo. And that's going to come with a piece of Silhouette and Crimstone. So if you're a fan of, I'm sorry, the lighting. I'm sorry. So if you're a fan of the Lost Pages and Zaid comics, then this will be a nice deal for you. You get Silhouette and Crimstone. You can also get a Swarm and Armadillo. So that'll be one. One bundle. And then the last one is this crazy piece that I did, which features Aquila and the Embrace. You can see this crap lighting here. Yeah, here. So there's the Embrace, and here's the bad guy for the Embrace. His name is Strangle or Strangler, and then they're fighting a bunch of villains from the Aquila IP, and there's Aquila right there. And there's an interesting story behind this, because this was the second piece that I was commissioned to do for Aquila. The first piece did so great; it was sold, and I already shipped it off. And so they wanted another one, and this was going to be like a crossover type event, but it never happened because Aquila, the creator of Aquila, stopped. I think he stopped doing books, but I'm not quite sure. No, so yeah, so I'm going to be auctioning off all of this art at the Red Valkyrie art auction. I'm going to put that information in the description below. So be sure to tune in on October 12th from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for tuning in, and please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And with that, I am out. You guys take care. Have a great one. Peace.